I saw her dancing at the Miami stop of the Renaissance tour.
There you go.
Smashed it.
Seth looked at me and said, "You know who's playing Kiara, right?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" That
He's like, "I
that
got
young
some
lady,
tea."
that woman is playing Kiara. He said, "No, think about it. Like, who played Nala?"
If a Lion King prequel weren't a musical, we messed up.
Did your mama say you could be up this late? Okay, she didn't say hide away, let's go.
Hey, it's Tetris with Billboard News here at San Diego Safari Park at press day for Mufasa. I'm talking to the cast and creators about the roaring prequel. This was director Barry Jenkins' first time with a musical, and he linked up with Disney favorite Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Barry's a musical storyteller. I mean, you feel the music in Beale Street, you feel it in Moonlight, so his notes always made my songs better. He was very clear about what he wanted, and so I signed on because I knew I'd learn a lot from him.
And of course, you're so, known in the Broadway world, and now, of course, Disney with Moana and Encanto. So do you approach the Disney music differently than, say, Broadway? How do you change?
I think the only difference is, and someone pointed this out to me, I didn't even realize it, all my stage musicals take place in New York. So Disney's kind of my passport. With Moana, I got to go to, learn about the beautiful Pacific Island culture. With Encanto, I got to go down to Colombia and learn all these different music forms that are down there. And then with this, I got to work with the great Lebo M on his incredible choral harmonies and his voice being, really present in the music and play with these incredible African rhythms.
And my brother, oh, prey may run away, but they can't hide. What's your hide?
But let's talk about the music a little bit. I, last night, was obsessed instantly with the Brother song, okay?
All right.
10 out of 10 from me. Now, did you guys feel like when you were creating this background story for Scar that you wanted people from this song to like him?
It's not about wanting them to like Scar. It's about them meeting Taka and not judging Taka. Allowing Taka, this kid, to have time to show who he is, who he was, what he's going through, and as he evolves, they can reevaluate their relationship to him the same way Mufasa has to. I think that was a really cool thing about Jeff's script.
Yeah, I remember I read the script and the first lump in my throat is Taka throwing the race because he goes, "I always wanted a brother." And
I know.
Went, "Barry, that's the name of the song."
That's it.
I think they had and now a song, Brother Trouble, where you see, I was like, it's not called Brother Trouble.
No.
It's called I Always Wanted a Brother. And just to get to know him that way as this young cub who adores his brother. And listen, I'm the father of two young boys. We're 6 and 10 years old. To get to explore that kind of a relationship, which I hadn't gotten to explore in my writing because I didn't have kids on the last few, was so... it was easy, but I didn't have to look any farther than my own apartment to find it.
Well, speaking of exploring your writing, you told Jimmy Fallon that, people never thought you could write a villain song, and then bye-bye.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that validated you?
Yeah, again, with Moana, the villain was a very different thing, and with Encanto, the villain was generational trauma.
Of course.
So I really enjoyed getting to, he has this big scary line. I was like, please, Barry, it's Mads Mikkelsen. He's like the biggest villain in Bond movies. Let me write him a villain song.
Did you guys feel relieved or sad that you didn't have a song this time around? Because I was waiting on the song the whole time.
Sad.
I was furious, and I've
still
given
mad.
Lin-Manuel
Still
a
mad.
piece of my mind about that.
I can't even sing and I was mad.
We gotta go back to the beginning of the story. We're not in the beginning of the story.
The first thing that came to my mind when watching this film was actually Lion King 1.5.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
nostalgia hit, and I was like, here are my boys telling this story. So
Yeah.
did you guys watch that to get prepared or get inspiration for the film?
I haven't watched Lion King 1.5
Since it came out,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In
It
that
was straight to
bizarrely
video.
gigantic, disproportionately big video box.
Yeah. It was
Yes,
straight
they were
to
always so
video,
big.
They were puffy and big. Yeah,
Yes.
no,
Oh
I
my
don't.
God,
I
how
don't
do you
think I've
remember
seen
that?
it since. Yeah, I've not. No,
Yeah.
I did not go back to that well. For fear, I would be tempted to steal from
Exactly,
from
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, you guys did a really great job with this new version. And of
Thanks.
course, a lot of your scenes, I have to ask you, were with Blue Ivy. So did you guys hear her voice in the studio as you guys recorded your scenes or even meet her at all?
No,
We did not
They didn't
meet
even tell
her.
us it was her playing the role. I think.
Wow.
No, Seth told me.
Yeah, I told him because,
were-
because I'm friends with some of the people making the movie.
I'm
But
dead.
They didn't tell us in the recession.
No,
Yeah.
Seth, we had already recorded a couple of days, and we were on a break.
Yeah,
and
we were walking out drinking
they had
coffee.
another young actress playing the role.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had someone to work off of, and I just thought, oh, well, that's the young lady they cast, right? And then Seth looked at me and said, "You know who's playing Kiara, right?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" That
He's like,
that
"I got
young
some
lady,
tea."
that woman is playing Kiara. He said, "No, think about it. Like, who played Nala?" And I was
makes
like,
sense.
"Oh my God!" No one had told me a thing.
I got to work with her. She was amazing. You know, very young person, very professional, you know, very diligent about her work. And it was just like working with any of the other actors. You know, for me, Kiara is almost like the children in the audience in the film. They can see themselves. You know, she's receiving a story from Rafiki about her grandfather. We're receiving a story about our father, you know, Mufasa. And she understood that so well and brought such a depth of empathy and knowing and just like deep spirit. You know, I thought she did an amazing job.
And I saw her dancing at the Miami stop of the Renaissance tour.
There you go.
Smashed it.
Smashed it. Well, you guys smashed the movie as well. Thank you guys for taking the time
Thank
to talk
you.
to us.
Thank you.
The soundtrack for Mufasa is out today. I had so much fun with everyone in the movie. It's amazing. For more on the soundtrack and the film, head over to Billboard.com.